course, right when I'm about to start, my nephew starts wailing his eyes out. Oh shit. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute. I thought I'd hop on here today and kind of do an eye makeup look. A lot of you guys, the last time I did my skin, like my foundation base routine, you guys were kind of like, oh my god, we love how your eyes look. Like, can you do like an eye tutorial? So I thought today, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it, like, I didn't want to do anything too crazy. I find it's kind of hard to record yourself doing eye looks sometimes, but I was gonna do a half cut crease with some like shimmer or even a matte look, doesn't really matter, I'll go with the flow. I don't really have a plan, but I do have two palettes in front of me. So let's get to it. All right, so the first thing that I like to do is I actually prime my eyelids. For the purpose of this video, I have my entire skin done, but usually I finish my eyes and then move on to my skin. But yeah, so today to prime my eyes, I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer. I'm just gonna put it all over my eyes with the concealer brush. So just like that, I kind of just dab it on. And I'm not using a concealer brush, I'm kind of using like a, I don't know what this brush is. It's from Sephora. It's called Pro Air Brush Concealer. So I guess it is a concealer brush, but I usually use it to blend out my concealer, but you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of pack that all over my eyelid, like literally everywhere. Now that my eyelids are primed, well, I would say I just put concealer. And again, you can use an eye primer if you want. I like using concealer personally. And then what I like to do, because I find that my eyelids still kind of get oily and sometimes crease, is I go in with my Laura Mercier powder. I just pick up very little with the same brush, and then I like dab some off. And then what I'll do is I'll make sure that there's no creases, and then I'll go in and just kind of pat that on top. This will like kind of just hold your concealer in place, just like how you would do your under eyes basically. And I find that when I put eyeshadow on, it just seamlessly goes on without, you know, getting into any of the creases and stuff. So we are primed. My eyelids are primed. We are snatched. We are good. And sometimes if you really want, if you have like super oily eyelids, what I like to do is go in with my MAC Studio Fix and kind of just pack a little bit more on top, but you don't really need to do that. I just put very little. It's you don't want it to like look cakey or cracky either on your eyelids. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see, but it's very, it's primed. It's not gonna move. Now we're gonna get into the eyeshadow. So I honestly, if you're a beginner, I recommend to have a palette that has a little bit of shimmer options, but more transition options. I feel like that's the way to learn how to, you know, blend and all of that. Like, you don't want to start practicing with colors, because I feel like colors can be a little difficult. So I feel like having a palette with a lot of transition colors would be the way to go. I have two palettes here with me that have been my like favorite of 2020 that I've carried in now to 2021. So it's the first one is the Morphe Maddison Bare palette. I just really like this palette because it has a lot of transition shades. It has a lot of gorgeous like mauve browns in there, and then there's also a lot of pretty shimmers. So if you want to like shimmer it up, you can. The second palette that I absolutely love is the One Size Patrick Star Visionary palette, and I love this palette as well. Same thing, it has a lot of pretty browns, especially for my skin tone. I feel like they're so pretty, and then they have stunning shimmers, and there's only like 5 shimmers and the rest are all mattes, but I really enjoy this palette as well. So I'm going to be using a combination of both and just going with the flow. So let's get into it. I always have like a white towel on my lap. I need to wash this one, but I just use that for like any fallout. And then I also, if there's any product on my brush that I want to, if there's too much of a product on my brush, then I go ahead and wipe it off. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up a transition shade, and I'm gonna be using the Soft Serve in the Patrick Star Visionary palette as my transition shade for today. And I'm gonna pick up some, pack it on, and then I'm just gonna kind of lightly tap it off. And I always go with the motto, a little goes a long way, and if you want to build, then you can keep picking up more product, but you don't want to just take a bunch on and just slap it on, because I find it's hard to blend out when you do that. I picked him up, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and just kind of like lightly just put it into your crease, you know? And I'm just kind of packing it right now, but you can also blend it. And then you're gonna kind of pack it here, and what I do is I don't pack it into my crease. I pack it on the outer, like the V of your eye, but I kind of go just back and forth with my brush very lightly in my crease. So, and you wanna put it above your crease a bit. The reason for this is because when you're cutting your crease, you don't want to cut your crease and there not be any eyeshadow on top, because then it looks like you're not really cutting your crease, like it's just eyeshadow. So I like to like kind of look down and apply it so that like you could see where you want to cut your crease and whatnot. So I go ahead and just pack that in and go back and forth. And again, I'm using a blending brush, and I love this blending brush. I feel like it really blends out my shadows really well. It's from Morphe, and it's an M433 brush. And again, I'm like working it up. If you feel like it's not enough, you can keep picking up product and going back in. So that's what I'm doing here. So like I'm happy with that, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I don't know, are you guys people that do one eye and then go on to the other eye, or do you guys do one at a time? Because I do one at a time. I don't like doing the whole one eye and then doing the other eye. I find like I lose symmetry when I do that. So I like to really, if I do one thing on one eye, I do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so now that we have both sides done, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a darker brown in the same palette. It's called Brownie, perfect name. And I'm just picking it up, and again, I'm gonna lightly tap off because I don't want too much. And I'm gonna place it in the outer V and kind of just blend it in with the transition shade that I already applied. It's kind of gonna give me that smoked out look, but it's not too harsh because it is a brown, it's not a black. And then I'm gonna pull it into my crease as well and just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and kind of deepen that crease because that's the look I'm feeling today, I guess. And yeah, so we're just gonna go back and forth. And we're pulling it all the way into the, I think this is called the tear duct. We're pulling it all the way to the front of your eye. Because we're gonna cut that anyways, right, with concealer, so it doesn't really matter, but I just want that, like I don't want it to look patchy at any point, so I like to just bring it all the way in. And guys, honestly, the key to having like a perfect or like smooth or crisp eyeshadow look is to blend. Okay, so she's looking really cute. I really like how this is turning out. What I want to do is I still want to kind of deepen the outer V's a bit more just to give me that like shadow look. So I'm just gonna go ahead into the Morphe Maddison Bear collection. This one doesn't really have any names for the colors, so I'm just going in with the darkest brown that's available to me. And I'm gonna pack that into the outer V and kind of blend that out. And I'm gonna bring that in a bit closer as well to the middle half of my eye, so that when I do cut, I don't have to cut all the way because I did want to do a half cut crease. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my crease now. I like using concealer to cut my crease. I know some people like using primer, it's really up to you. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same primer, concealer that I use to prime my eyelids, and use that as my cut crease thing or whatever, you guys know what I mean. So I'm gonna take a little bit, and what I like to do is I like to just grab it on my brush, and I'm using a concealer brush that's like round, so that when I'm cutting, it kind of gives you that perfect circular look. And I'm just grabbing some product, and then what I like to do is, because I find that sometimes the product is too much, I like to remove some of it on the back of my hand. And so it's like, so you just have it evenly distributed all over the concealer brush. I'm gonna look down, and I'm gonna figure out where I want to cut my crease first. And for me, I like to cut it a little bit above my actual natural crease. So I'm gonna go ahead, look down, and I'm gonna kind of outline it with this brush. And I kind of just start on the inner corner, and then I take it and kind of draw a line, and then I can color in the cut crease. So I have the middle part laid down, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, just like that. So now I kind of have an idea of where the line is going. Okay, so we kind of have it there, and I'm gonna pick up more product. I have some product on the back of my hand, so I'm just picking that up. And I'm gonna fill it in. And I need some more product. Okay, and I said half cut crease, so I'm gonna go halfway to my eyelid and then stop. All right, so there we go. So it kind of looks like that. It doesn't look blended, it looks like choppy. That's okay, we're gonna fix that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'm just gonna grab my same concealer brush and I'm gonna kind of pack that on top because I don't want any lines, I don't want it to crease, I don't want it to look oily. So I'm just setting it again. So there you go. Now what I like to do is, now that you've cut your crease, it does look a little choppy and you know, what I like to do is I like to go back with the brush that I use, the M433 brush, the blending brush from Morphe. I like to pick up a little bit of a lighter brown color and kind of blend my cut crease into my outer V. And the reason for this is because, again, you want to blend everything out. You don't want to use like a shimmer and then a brown and then it just look like there's a straight divide through it. You want to look like it's blended together. So that's why we do this. And the reason I'm using a lighter brown is so that it blends into the outer V seamlessly. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna start here and I'm just gonna kind of blend. And we're just gonna keep blending. And already I think you guys can kind of see a difference. In like, it doesn't look harsh anymore. It looks kind of diffused and that's the look we're going for, all right? Okay, so I'm really liking how that looks. I kind of don't know if I wanna do a shimmery cut crease or keep it matte. Let's go purple. I've never done purple cut crease. So I have this, and I'll probably top it up with the lighter color. So I have this pretty purple shimmer from the Maddison Bear Collection eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna pick it up with a E25 Color Pop brush. It's a smaller, it kind of looks like a concealer brush, but smaller. I use it for shimmers and like just packing on shadows and then blending it out. I find that these ones pick up pigment really well, and I just like to, yeah, so I use them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this and I'm gonna go from the inner corner and kind of like pull. I don't back and forth, I don't blend. Like these ones, you really want the pigment to pop out. So you're trying to just pull like that. You're just pulling the eyeshadow. I find that the pigment stays on better that way and it really pops. Yeah, I really like this actually, so pretty. She's pretty. She's really pretty. Wow. I still want to kind of add a little bit of I want it to pop out a bit more, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this lighter shimmer and kind of just apply it over the purple. Again, I'm using the same brush because we're applying it over, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm just gonna pack that on top just for an extra, I feel like it adds dimension and kind of, yeah, see, like, look at that. It just pops a bit more. It doesn't do too much, it doesn't take away from the color, but it gives that va-va-voom. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up the darkest browns in my palettes. All right, so the brownie color and the other Maddison brown, I mix them together. I like to tap that off because you don't need that much. Less is more, always. And I'm gonna blend the shimmers kind of into the outer V. I'm gonna pull it all the way. Wow. And you don't need to do too much. I just wanna make sure that it's seamlessly blended, which is why I'm doing this. And you're just gonna blend. The next thing that I'm gonna do is add some eyeliner, and I don't know if I want to smoke it out yet or keep it like very clean, but I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner. How I like to start my eyeliner is I like to start from the outer corner and then bring it in, just because it gives me an idea of the direction my eyeliner is going in, because I find when I go from in to out, it gets all wonky, you know? So we're gonna start from the outside. And what I like to do is I kind of like going very soft-handed and kind of just drawing a line and then like a rough line and then coloring in the line after that and making it crisp. And you can always fix up your eyeliner with concealer and whatnot. So don't worry, don't be scared. So I start from the outer corner and then I draw like a very faint line. You probably can't even see it. There we go. So she's done. Now I just have to go in and color her in and make sure she looks crisp and snatched. So she is not perfect, but she's still cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side off camera. Okay, I'm done. Eyeliners are not meant to be twins, they're meant to be sisters. So they're pretty even, but they're not perfect. But I'm okay with that, you know? I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Unlimited mascara, which I like because it's really flexible. Like you can kind of bend it, so you can really quote all your lashes from top to bottom, which I enjoy. So we're just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. So the lashes I'm gonna be using today are the extension bar lashes in Girl Code, and I think everyone knows these are one of my favorite pair of lashes. I literally use them all the time. And another Tamil female-owned small business, so definitely check her out and support her. I'm back, and it's tacky, so we're gonna apply them. So I like holding my mirror down here, my lashes up here, and then I look up, and I like placing my lashes kind of in the middle so I have an idea of how they're gonna sit. And then I take the outer corner and I kind of glue it down and pull it to the outer end. And then I take the inner corner and I place her. And then I like to use my fingers just to like push it in really, you know? And honestly, practice makes perfect because I never used to be able to apply my lashes that quick. And now I feel like it's like second nature to me. But like, can we just take a moment for how gorgeous these lashes are? Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye off camera. Eyelashes are on. She looks cute. She looks snatched. Now I'm gonna go off camera and just finish up my lips. And then I'm gonna come back and do my lower lash line with you, and then we are done. Okay, so I'm back. I finished my lips. I don't know if I wanna keep it matte. I feel like I should do a gloss, but we'll figure that out later. We are almost done. Just gonna do the lower lash line and we're done. We're done. We're gone. We're done. I'm using the Morphe Maddison Bear brush actually. There is no number, so I don't know. It's probably one of those limited brushes that come in the collection. But yeah, I'm using that. I'm gonna pick up a brown, a dark brown, and I'm gonna go from the outside, smudge it into my lash line so it looks like it's like one thing going into the outer corner. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna pack it, I'm kinda gonna go under my lash line and just start. And very lightly. I'm gonna take my mascara and I'm gonna do my lower lash line with mascara. This part I used to not do as well, but I love how it looks now. And I just coat my lashes with it. And guys, she's done. That's the finished product. She is cute, she is snatched, she is everything you ever dreamt of. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. I don't know if I explained everything properly, but if I didn't, feel free to like ask questions below and I have no problem answering them for you guys. And if you guys want more makeup videos, let me know down below what you guys want to see next. I actually do really enjoy filming and talking to you guys while doing my makeup, so that's a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys want to see next and I will try and make your wish my command. But yes, I love you guys and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.